maybe one.
She's one tech girl.
Yeah, she is.
Our farmer's market girl.
Oh, yeah. She misses doing the farmer's market. She loved doing that.
Get it going again.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Oh, sorry. And I took my trailer apart. Well, because I wasn't doing the farmer's market anymore, so now it's a garden shed and just a trailer.
What a note taker.
I know.
I declined it. I don't think we need somebody else's AI taking notes.
So are we waiting? Is Amber coming?
Amber is not gonna be here tonight.
It looks like everyone's. Oh, yeah, Miranda's the cat. Okay, so I guess we can call the meeting to order at 6:01. All right, for roll call, Heather Weaver and present, Sarah Patrick here, Nathan Jones
Here?
Miranda Aldrich,
Here.
Norman, I don't know.
Fork here.
Sally Drew
Here.
Heidi Hallowell here. All right. So welcome new committee members.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have 30 new members.
Yay, all at once. Bam. Be a record breaker.
Yeah, so no one quit after this meeting. And they've received all the packets and whatever welcome stuff via email.
I haven't gotten anything.
No, they have not.
Okay. Is that
I didn't know what. I had to reach out to Sarah.
okay? So
Sarah let me
the
know.
city normally sends those out, Jordan, or
City sends you a congratulations.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's it.
I got an email, letting me know that they were not going to do that and that we needed to do that, but I didn't see it until today.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
My apologies, you will all get
Well-
your procedures packets.
Okay. I was on committee many years ago.
Mhm.
Many years ago when Deb Fine was. And so I don't have any of that stuff.
No, of course
That I
not.
have.
We don't expect you to have.
Yeah,
saved
okay.
that one, Yeah.
Save it.
Okay, so sounds like that stuff is on the way soon. Okay, are there any amendments to the agenda?
We have no amendments to the agenda.
All right. And then discussion, declaration of conflict of interest. Does anyone have anything they want to declare? I'm just gonna say that I saw the number 7, there's a CGOA sponsorship request and I'm affiliated with that organization. It's the Columbia Gorge Orchestra Association. I'm a musician. I'm not affiliated with the particular sponsorship request, but I am a musician in the orchestra, so
What do you play?
viola.
Wow.
Oh.
Violin originally, but there was always a shortage of violas. Here I am. Okay, any public comments? There's no one, doesn't look like anyone's on the phone. All right, so next agenda item, approval of minutes from June 2nd.
So do you not have meetings during the summer?
We do.
Oh, okay, I saw that one, and I
Yeah.
went, well,
Um,
okay,
it's just been tough because up until now, we've literally had 4 people, and so if one person isn't unable to.
then you don't have more.
Yeah, exactly, so.
Okay.
So just a question, did you get a bid on the mural at the Bridger Guys? Says too expensive.
I think I think that was a port deal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That,
was- We
it was
realized,
something that we were talking about trying to do to improve the thing.
Yeah, tourism has done it in the past. So
Oh, really?
I'll bet it's expensive.
Yeah.
It can be.
I'm sure it is expensive.
And it's a mess again.
Yeah.
You okay with that, Sherry? You guys?
I think,
okay, would someone like to make a motion to?
I make a motion for approval of the minutes from June.
Second.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I think Sarah just made the motion, do you want a second?
I'll second the motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nice. Okay, next, approval of financials.
There are no financial reports this month.
Okay, and then next we have approval of bills. CGOA sponsorship request. And just to give a little background on this, last year, the Jazz Collective, big bands came to Cascade Locks and did a concert here at the, Port Pavilion. And they asked for, funding towards that, and that helped, to provide reduced cost tickets, for folks. So I think last year, the committee awarded them $500, so that's the background of last year, and here's the request for this year's sponsor.
When's the concert this year?
October 18th. Yeah,
Price.
So last year was 500, that's what we put out.
yeah, and I'll just recuse myself from voting on this because, again, like, I don't personally gain anything whether you approve it or not, but
Right.
just for the appearance of conflict of interest, but here's a couple little flyers if anyone wants to see them.
Then had 70 people there last year. That's
Yeah, it's pretty, like, better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just people from Cascade Locks, people came from. I mean, I don't know if they were just coincidentally staying here and they went, but,
Well, I make a motion that we do the same $500 donation that we did last year.
I second that.
all in favor?
I
I'm abstaining. All right, so the motion passes for a $500. Business sponsorship. Okay, old business,
You do not have any old business that carried over from June.
okay. New business, discussion, future structure of Cascade Locks Tourism. Jordan Bennett, City Administrator.
Thank you, Chair and committee members, for allowing me to speak today. The current contract between the city and the Friend of the Columbia of the Cascade Locks Historical Museum for administrative support for the tourism committee is set to expire November 30th, 2025. The committee has three options moving forward. First, extend the current contract for 1 year as permitted by the existing agreement contingent on mutual consent. Two, issue a new request for proposals, RFP for tourism support. Or three, bring the position in-house as a city staff role. City staff recommend pursuing the 1 year extension. This approach provides continuity during a period of transition, allowing new committee members time to acclimate without the added burden of onboarding new support staff. It also gives the city time to conduct a comprehensive review of the committee structure and long-term direction to ensure optimal performance. If the committee prefers to issue a new RFP, the 2023 version is attached for revision and for review and potential revision. City staff will take the committee's recommendation to council for final approval and direction. Museum board input. At its September 19th meeting, the museum board discussed the possibility of entering contract negotiations for continued tourism services. Executive Director Crane presented the available options. The board made the following recommendations. Despite the significant financial hit to the museum, the board ultimately agreed that the city should hire a staff position. The reality is that this is a real job that needs to be done by a trusted professional who has some decision-making authority, which is not covered in our current service level agreement. If this is how the city determines to move forward, the museum would be happy to continue to serve as the visitor center for as long as needed. If the tourism committee recommends and council approves, renewing the contract as is to allow time for a thoughtful community-centered planning process, the museum requests that the city engage a tourism/destination planning consultant to guide the process and ensure timely progress. Renewing the contract without a facilitator will place an undue burden on regular and contract staff to educate the committee and council. Work for which is currently insufficient capacity. A quote for consulting services is attached. If the tourism committee opts to and council approves, issues a new RFP, the museum has budgeted to submit a proposal with a significant increase in costs, reflecting the actual scope of services required. The major considerations during the museum board's discussion were what's best for the community, how tourism has changed as an industry and economic driver in our community and our position in it, staff capacity and temporary staffing at the museum, what would be required to improve services. Please note that the tourism committee serves as an advisory capacity only. Final decisions rest with city council. In the packet provided is the current contract where it does mention on 4B contract term. As long as both parties agree, it can be extended for 1 year twice. As mentioned, the 2023 RFP for review. Then also the proposal for the consultation services. Marlo is also present virtually to give a little rundown on that service.
Marlo is hopping on at 6:15, so she will be here in just a second.
Okay. Does the committee have any questions, Swan?
Okay, so we are talking about extending Janice's position or Amber's or what?
The museum. So the contract is with the museum, not any specific person. So both of them could leave tomorrow and still have the contract with the museum. And this is really trying to get the committee's idea of how we would all would like to move forward.
Okay,
If we are going to, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, okay, so Janice has a contract that ends in November for her, and she's not the RF,
The museum
so
does,
she's just the museum.
Who represents the museum then, is that,
correct? Yes.
okay, I'm just trying to. No,
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
understand all the players, because this is not how things were the last time I was here.
totally.
Yeah.
Was on tourism, we did contract out someone to take our notes
Yeah.
and to do all the like admin type work, but we all did everything else
yeah, correct.
and divvied up the job.
Yes, yeah, this last go around definitely had a change to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, just that, trying to catch up.
Yes, no worries.
So we can actually take those responsibilities back if we wanted to.
If that's what the committee wishes to do, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I guess I will say again, this committee is only advisory. It is
Right.
council's final decision.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right,
And so both the city and the museum board are recommending a 1-year extension with the plan to then use that year to kind of.
City staff is.
Cities.
I honestly could not tell you what council would like to do.
Okay.
First step in my process is to talk to you all, who will then recommend to the council.
okay.
But then with the idea that it would eventually, after the year, be hiring a city employee to fill this role.
My goal is to hire the consultant and really have somebody look at our structure and figure out what is the best path forward. To me, the current structure seems a lot of red tape, little,
Yeah.
not like no progress is being made.
Yeah.
And so bringing in a third party outside person to look at the process, how can we improve?
Yeah.
Is my
thing,
goal.
This has been being done for 2 years. I've been on it and
Mhm.
I don't know.
And yeah, and like I said,
The quorum and stuff and
yeah,
there's just a lot of things. Well, we were never educated like just when James came on is when the first time I ever got any kind of packet or thing, and I've been on here for 2 years and and there's still questions that I don't have answers to, so that's,
Mhm.
I think if we get educated more, maybe we could take on more responsibility for our own committee.
We make better decisions for how we wanna present things to the city council.
Exactly,
Cause
Yeah.
it sounds like nobody's really
in sync.
in sync, yeah, there's a lot of pages floating around, but we need to pull them all together.
Yeah.
yeah, and this really is.
And a third party would do, is that what you're,
They would help us figure out what the new structure, if it needs a new structure, what it would be. Do we bring it, I mean, it could stay exactly how it is, or maybe instead of a part-time contractor, it's a full-time contractor. Or we bring it,
they could give us some
Yeah.
options.
yeah, or
To
bring
make
the
us better.
position in-house and restructure how this committee is viewed.
Yeah.
Or what
What
their
is the
roles are.
structure now, and like, what is the duties of the person that's appointed now, or the museum?
In theory, it really is administrative assistance.
Okay.
But because there has been, since I've been here the last 3 years, continual turnover in this committee, not a lot has been accomplished. So they've kind of picked up the ball, presented some ideas, helped this committee to move things forward.
Yeah.
But with that turnover, and then again, with the limited actual power you all have, it's just a lot of red tape and not get moved forward. I've heard from other committee members, past and present, that, this isn't what they signed up for. They signed up to do actual activities, to help
Yeah.
things, to go out in the community. Not have these discussions, not put a budget together and then just meet once a month, so redefining what that looks like too. So, I mean, I don't want to lose this group's passion, I wanna put it to positive use.
Right.
And the organization that is providing this, so it looks like the cost is 12,500 for the consultation.
Correct.
And what is pregame is the
is
name
this
of
how
it?
they break it down?
So after Governor's Conference, we got the free consulting from Marlo Maroon from pregame. They were doing executive coaching with us on what we could be doing with tourism here. We got those 5 free sessions back in April and May. Marlo provided this quote at the end of those sessions to bring to the committee, and now you have a meeting, but we can show it to you.
Oh, okay.
And Marlo is online and could probably answer these questions better than any of.
Yeah,
And just one last, did we get quotes from more than one consultant or just?
This is the first time that we are even bringing
Okay.
this to the committee. so-
yeah, again, this was a stipulation that the museum board wanted this committee to at least consider. Wanted to get the idea in your head, what this could possibly look like. Yes, we will have to go out and get more quotes.
Okay.
Just wanted to present this idea to
Okay.
you all, yes.
Question, in the past, when we were going through the new RFP, I thought you told us that you could not extend the contract, it was illegal, that we had to go out for a new RFP, did I get that wrong? We were wanting, the committee then wanted to extend Annie for a year, and you told them they couldn't do that.
I don't recall, I'd have to look back at the
Maybe I'm
old
wrong,
contract,
but
yeah,
that-
I don't recall this.
So it's not a legal requirement to go out for a new RFP, do you know for sure?
No, it's not. Yeah, we haven't come close to
Just wondering.
reaching any threshold where the state would require us to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So unless the committee has any more questions, I'll pass it off to Marlo to give you a quick rundown of kind of what this process will look like.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would like a little bit more information on that.
That would be great.
Wonderful. Good evening, everybody. It's really nice to meet you, at least virtually. I'm not far away. I'm just across the river in Camas, Washington. We've been longtime residents of this area. We're big fans. And as mentioned, we did a table speaking session at the governor's conference for strategic planning because we do a lot of strategic planning. We also do a lot of organizational development. And I used to work at Travel Portland. I used to do lots of different things with tourism entities for many, 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 many years. And so it's something that's just really near and dear to us that we really just want to see not only that industry thrive, but grow and also just be as authentic and real for everybody participating as possible. So what I proposed was two options. We're actually, as far as I know, we're the only strategic planning group that offers these smaller strategic planning products. And part of the reason we offer those is for situations exactly like this, where, it's a one person or two person show running the DMO or the chamber, and then they've got a committee that's involved or a board of directors. But at the end of the day, it's a wearing all the hats type of situation. So the first one in the packet would be a strategic planning sprint. And given the background, like everything happening right now, I don't know that this is the one that I would recommend. I think that I would lean more towards the relay, which is what you had mentioned earlier about the cost being 12,500. So the difference between the two, I mean, really the sprint is just for, it's a half-day retreat. It is really great for updating a current strategic plan for the next year. It's really great for outlining, one-ish year goals and making sure that we're on track, making sure that we have everything we need to accomplish what we're going after. There's a lot more than that happening in Cascade Locks right now. So I highly recommend either the relay, or I even think that we should entertain the thought of a marathon. But the difference is the relay is probably people really love it because you do get a really great end product of a strategic plan focused on either the next 1 to 3-ish years, depending on how projects are and what's going on in the organization. But it does have an element of engagement. So engagement is what is expensive in strategic planning. Doing a plan and getting goals and having a finished product, that is something that we can do and we do all the time. But the engagement part of it is what can really change the cost of it. So deciding whether you want to engage just the local stakeholders, or if you want to engage some visitors, or if you want to engage, anybody else that you're currently working with is what can really change it. So this relay package is including a stakeholder survey that we would send out beforehand. And we do this one a lot where we can ask really any amount of questions you want to. And then we synthesize all of the results and we bring it back. And then we do a full day strategic planning retreat, including the committee or a board or however things shake out. If it stays this way and it's just going off of the recommendations that we do at the end of the planning process, then that works as well. We've done that a lot. But the end product, and we would definitely tweak some of these tasks and deliverables given the organizational structure side of things. So that would be the only difference. So you would get some engagement, and getting to hear from people is really important, especially as you're restructuring and going through a transition. That way you're just in alignment. You've done that outreach. You can make your decisions confidently. And then the end product is a strategic plan. We always wrap our strategic plans, when we make them pretty. We don't want them to sit on the shelves. We want them to be like a marketing piece for you to share with stakeholders, for you to use in updates with city council so that it's something that people want to look at. And then the second thing is we always wrap it in accountability. There's an actual goal lead for every single goal. We actually believe that strategic planning is a wonderful opportunity for professional development. And so learning how to track goals, if they're on track or off track, learning how to set them and realign, is something that we include in the process because it just makes a lot of sense. And I can tell you, and also send some references if you would like, our plans do not just sit on the shelves. They are very easily distilled into work plans and used all the time. So we take a lot of pride in that. Are there any questions for me?
Hmm.
What we're saying is, we're hiring somebody else to come in to teach us to be on tourism, or is that what we're doing? We're hiring another person?
I could speak to that just a little bit. We're not, we work in tourism a lot, but we don't do tourism as a day-to-day job. So we would never claim to be tourism experts. We are strategic planning experts. So we ask all the right questions to make sure that you're getting a plan that is the plan you need to have the organization thrive, and then lean on the expertise of the staff and the people actually running it. So that's something that is definitely different there. And yeah, we're the strategic planners that happen to know a lot about tourism and love it.
Hmm.
Okay,
Confused.
I'm just not clear, because to me, I thought that was part of your position to help us, or I don't understand, I still don't understand.
So I think like the city and the museum board have determined that it's not working that well to have Janice and Amber being the admin for tourism and all the duties that they're doing, so we are going to reevaluate, like, how could that look different? Maybe it stays the same, but maybe that position that's contracted with the museum staff goes away and the city hires someone, and now the city has an employee that just does full-time tourism stuff. Or, so I think like the point is the strategic consultant would assess everything, do surveys, what they look at the whole picture and then make a recommendation as far as. Yeah, you know what, the city should hire someone to take on those duties and it should go away from the museum board, or No, it's great how it is. Actually, that's how you should keep it. So that's kind of my understanding is the point of having a consultant is just to help clarify what the options are and then present like the strategic plan of here's kind of the recommendation and then we go from there. But feel free, Janice. you're
Yeah, I can
closer to
start it.
this than I am.
So when we started off, there was a complete turnover of the tourism committee. We came in and I put in a lot of extra effort and a lot of extra work to make sure that we were getting the information that we needed to get folks up to speed. None of that is really included in the tourism contract, right? So most of what is in this actual RFP is very like loose bullet points of what is covered. The proposal that we had put in was for there to be a full-time position doing tourism to take the visitor center's time and the admin time and push them together, and that's what you pay for. Everything else that we've done has been extra. So, it's something that I think is important for us to talk about and for, but it's based on, it's almost like I'm volunteering within my job of like, let me share this information with you because my level of expertise is such that I can, help more than, we were going kind of above and beyond earlier. And then,
So couldn't have you tried to allocate some of that to us and educate us on some of that to do ourselves, or?
would you
I
want?
mean, yeah, I'm just wondering,
Yeah, I
because
think that
it feels
the
like.
goal-
Yeah,
I mean, because I feel like you're doing too much and we know nothing
We're doing-
of what's
doing-
going on, then I think maybe. Yeah, I guess maybe.
And I think that that's part of the struggle right now is that, it's not covered in a contract, right? It's just extra stuff that.
So it's
needs
just
to
kind
happen.
of hanging out there and you're just picking up the loose ends.
Trying to help.
I can see it.
Flipped around.
Yeah.
Old days, that support person was just to support the committee, and the
Just-
committee did most of the
We
work.
did all,
They
yeah,
organized events, they made a
yeah, we
marketing
got
plan.
the mail at the meetings,
It
we'd
was
get the
pretty
mail
amazing,
and we'd
actually.
we'd be invited to different communities to set up our tourism table
Exactly.
to represent the tourism board, like in Troutdale or the Dalles, and they would invite us to places to bring our stuff and to talk about Cascade Locks. And we would go out and do that as the member, I mean,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So, we take the swag out and we take our tent and, but that was what we were here for, was to promote the tourism to get into town. But it sounds like sounds like things have turned those things have fallen through, a lot of things have fallen through the grates. And Janice has been there to pick them up, but now it's time to
Yeah.
decide whether the museum, which she represents at this juncture, are they gonna continue doing that, or do we wanna restructure? Marlo seems to be presenting that, this is how I'm seeing it, that they would come in and oversee what we're doing, how we're doing it, and put together a strategy that we could either go with, that we found that would work better for us, or not. They would be that impartial party to look in and see how everything works overall. Am I seeing it? Am I seeing this right?
Go out for another RFP, that's one of the choices,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then I guess I have a question. Is there, because being new again, that are there, I don't want to say rules, but is there a tourism guidelines on how, as a committee within Cascade Locks, we are to function. Is there anything,
Yes, I think it's all in the city charter, isn't it?
so that's why I'm
City
asking,
council procedures.
yeah, city council procedures on how the tourism board is supposed to proceed and what we are responsible for. And if we're all, whether we're new or not, don't understand any of that, how can we do any of it? I
Yeah,
guess
this is a
it's,
bit much for the first meeting, to be quite frank.
yeah, I'm feeling a
I mean,
little
I feel
over.
like I'm just kinda got an avalanche coming down.
Yeah, but
It's a lot of
but
decisions,
but,
you know?
you know, well, it
I
is a
think
lot,
we
it's
need
it's
to
a lot of money
Yeah.
Yeah.
that could go somewhere else if. I would hate to see us look, I mean, not that this isn't a good product, but to do something like this fairly hastily
Yeah,
without knowing what the city and expects from us.
yes,
Because we could spend money to have a third party come in and give us a strategy that we think's great, and then find out that that is not within the
exactly.
parameters of what the city expects tourism committee to do.
Good
Yeah,
point.
I think.
I would like to just touch on that. All of our strategic planning includes anybody that needs to be a part of the conversation with engagement. So the chances, I mean, unless, we ask the question, who from the city should we include in this to make sure that we're doing everything that needs to be done with it? So unless that person's just never mentioned, we don't know what we don't know. But
Well, I think now with 3 new members, and then you taking your time to present this evening, we're just kind of like, we don't know who who we're supposed to be,
Yeah.
who should be involved. We don't even know.
So I think the three options though that we're being asked to make a decision on tonight are extend the current contract by 1 year, issue a new RFP, or make a decision to bring it in-house. And I think what we're looking at is choosing to extend the contract for 1 year so that can allow some time to consider, like, do we want to hire a consultant,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So is that correct? Is that what I'm understanding? We need to make a decision about extending the contract or not.
Correct, and yes, so that is city staff's request, is a 1 year extension to give the city and this new committee to get their feet under themselves and figure out a path to move forward.
So
Okay.
I don't think we have to decide tonight, oh, are we gonna hire a consultant and who or how much? I think
Okay,
it's just, this is
yeah.
just like, if we
Okay.
could buy ourselves a year by extending the contract, then this is something that we can and should look into, to help us then decide, okay, we have a year to like figure this out. What should we decide? That's kind of my take.
So I think, I'd like to make a motion and tell the new members and the rest of us get to look at our charter packets for our actual tourism committee, that we table this until everybody gets more on our responsibilities and position with the city.
Yeah, I'd have a tendency to agree, and I think we should talk to local business too. I mean, it doesn't matter what the city thinks or anybody else, we're responsible to the businesses in the community, you know? And a lot of them have been complaining about certain things that are going on in tourism, you know? So I think we need to let the dust settle a little bit, myself personally, you know, this is a lot.
Yeah, and I think we all need to know, be a
So
little more
is this-
educated.
Is the same amount of money going into basically our assistance program now as we've had in the past, according to that RFP, the RFP that we signed Janice to in the museum?
Assistance program?
Well, assisting the tourism committee, obviously Amber's doing
okay.
that. So is the same amount of money that was designated by the committee back in the day, is that all we're spending right now? Cause I have no clue what's
Or
going
has it
on with
gone
the
up?
budget also.
Is it, well, yeah, we haven't gotten
It
That
used to
what-
be, what was it?
will the budget be in
$25
that
an
package?
hour For
Sure. it's not.
20 hours a
Sure
week
it's
or
not.
something.
Budget is not in the council procedures packet, though.
Yeah.
A separate document.
It's more, it's gone up, but
Okay.
it's not a dramatic.
Well,
There
could we
was
get
that-
those figures too, as we're making decisions?
Jay,
Would that
wasn't
be
there
possible?
Yeah.
a
Okay.
raise
Thank you.
for that position, and I think we tabled that? I think it was like, it was a lot of money, I think like a $10,000.
So when does is the contract though is extending, ending at the end of this month?
November 30th.
Yeah.
In about
okay.
2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the contract is inclusive of you and Amber, correct, Janice?
It's a service.
Because I
level
thought
agreement.
Janet or Amber was done in
museum.
October.
Yeah,
The
it's
museum.
the museum.
Okay.
But the museum,
That's where
so
they
if
confused.
something
Yeah,
happens, the way I understand it, if something happens to Amber or Janice, the museum is still responsible.
Till
Right.
November.
Yeah, well, yeah, or if we extend that contract for a year,
Yeah.
the museum is responsible. So my biggest take on that is if something does happen to them and the museum, well, the museum's not gonna come down here and help us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, I mean, I'm no lawyer, but it seems like we need to have a name or a body responsible to that money. I
Well,
mean,
we obviously have
besides
another
the-
meeting before November, don't we?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like, I mean, I understand contracting with the museum, but what happens if something happens to the curator or I don't know Amber, but
Well,
Amber.
there's two of them, so.
So there's two, I mean, what are the chances you don't ever drive together? You don't ever walk down the street together. You two go fishing together on a boat? No. But
Yeah,
does that sound silly?
I get your point.
Yeah, I mean, so whoever's left at the museum shows up to help us, and I don't know that that's. I know, I'm being the devil's advocate.
Well, in that worst case scenario, we probably just terminate the contract with the museum because they couldn't fulfill it and fall back on city staff. And we figure out.
And we figure it out from there. Then we could put that in a stipulation, cause that concerns me. I mean, if we think we're getting these two gals, one or the other to be here and to be a support, and they know what's going on. And then all of a sudden they're gone, but the museum's still getting a chunk of change from us. I don't know,
For the visitor center.
for the visitors, yeah.
I don't want to interrupt, but I do want to just be mindful. Do you have any other questions for me?
Oh, sorry, Marlon.
That's okay. I'm really happy to help support. I mean, obviously we care. If you guys ever have questions, just let us know. You're not the only ones that have a lot going on in restructuring and lots of questions. It's an
Right.
industry-wide thing, especially for smaller destinations. So we're always here and rooting for everything in Cascade Locks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you for your
I
time.
appreciate your
You got
time.
it. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. So what happens if, like, we have our October meeting and the decision can't be made whether to extend for one contract year among this committee? What happens?
I'd probably just go straight to council at
And
that point.
just do it.
I mean, I have
Just
to,
let them
get,
decide.
Yeah,
council's approval.
yeah,
But
regardless.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like a lot of people feel like they're not ready to make a decision on the piece about extending the existing contract for a year and would like to wait for the next meeting to make that decision.
Give more information.
Yeah, I support that.
What I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
And also confer with council too. I mean, we're a branch of council. I haven't heard anything about council and what they're thinking. I know Mary Ann can't talk today. She's here as a visitor, but there's a lot of details that we need to attend to. Before making
how do they feel about it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was planning on talking to council members too, and businesses, In other words, being a little more methodical about things, you know? And I truly believe that we have a committee here that's capable of making a lot of these decisions at this point in time. We have a full committee. Janice was stuck with 2 people at one point in time, I
I
believe.
think the lowest we got.
It
to
was
three.
horrible. It was horrible,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it got big, then it dwindled, then it was.
this is
pretty
really,
much not
it's been a, yeah, it's been a tough
Organization.
committee. It's been a tough committee to keep people on.
So does someone wanna make a motion then to table this until our October meeting where we will plan to make a decision or a recommendation?
Right,
For
I make a
Jordan?
motion to table it till the next meeting, till the new members get to read our responsibilities and
Up to
a
date.
little bit more clear on it.
Okay,
Yeah.
does someone wanna
I
second?
second
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Okay. Okay, all right, we will table that and everyone will come prepared to and well informed to make an opinion.
it. You know.
I already have an opinion.
Yeah, please email me and Janice or Amber any questions you have. The next meeting is set for October 6th, right?
oh,
Well,
that was.
we'll have to discuss that.
Okay.
Okay, that was.
Personally, I'm gonna have a conflict, so. If you wanna decide.
I'll
about
wait to
it.
hear.
I don't have to be there.
Thank you.
We have a quorum. Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan.
Okay, next, discussion, brochure distribution around Cascade Locks.
There isn't a document that supports this. This is something that was requested to be on the August agenda that
Maybe this is on your behalf.
I don't know.
Brochure distribution around Cascade Locks.
Is there anything you wanted to?
I didn't know that if my idea was on the agenda. Thank you very much. I just think we should get brochures out to every business in town. You guys are overburdened with what you're doing. Tourism committee used to do it. We used to separate businesses and
Yeah.
distribute them ourselves.
Yeah,
I'm capable of doing that.
Do we have?
All we need to know is where the brochures are, and you should have a ledger up there. You know, I took 500 or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I think at our last meeting, we each got a base, oh, I don't know if you're here, maybe it was the meeting we didn't have, but we got a stack to each take, so. There are plenty available if everyone, are they in the closet?
they're in the closet
So,
downstairs.
I mean,
Yeah, so
Me, when was that?
I think it was the one. And I
The
forgot about,
August meeting
and
that.
I was like, where are you? I think it was that one. But, yeah, so there are plenty of brochures, it would be great if everyone wanted to take a stack and just keep some in your car, and then that way if you know,
yes.
but if you want to organize something more like.
We can next meeting, we'll divvy it up
Yeah.
and go from there. Because we lost Shirley years ago, and Shirley was amazing. I mean, I went to Brookings and found brochures that Shirley had driven to Brookings. I think she used to charge us about, what, $1,500 a year for distributing the whole state, basically. She did all the chambers, she did the Skamania store, it was quite amazing. I don't think there's another Shirley around. She did it as she was traveling, but I think we can take care of Cascade Locks,
at least.
yeah.
Okay,
Want to do that at the next meeting?
Yeah.
Divvy it up
Sounds
and
good
figure
to
out
me.
what we're gonna do. How many brochures are left? Does anybody have a clue?
We got 10,000 at the end of July. Many of them are still left.
Was that printing with Brown again?
they're up to date and correct.
Yes, they were updated in June of this year.
Yeah. Yeah, they look good.
Okay. All right, so the next item we can discuss is fall, winter advertising opportunities.
Yep, so we pulled the media kits that you've been sent recently that you haven't missed the deadlines on. So the Travel Oregon Ad Network is the first one. And this is just an assortment of what has come flooding into the tourism inbox in the upcoming fall and winter advertising season is a kind of a big push for a lot of tourism facing publications. So you've got quite a few options here today.
Can you remind us which of these we have or have not participated in?
Since I have been here, I don't believe you've participated in any of these. Yeah.
Nate, I feel like you'll have good input on this since you're like a marketing guy. So I'm just putting you on the spot for that.
Still scrolling my packet. I'll let you know when I get.
Yeah. There's a lot of pages. I'm trying to find the end.
So it is 240 million copies. For the magazine.
I will say, this isn't related to like paid ad placements, but I did do the Cascade Box content reviews for the Travel Oregon Visitor Guide for next year. And for the Visit Hood River Visitor Guide for next year, so I know what's already been mentioned in there. I don't think it would hurt to have additional advertising in there.
Are they doing a full page spread or?
So I'm talking about the full, like the big magazine, Travel Oregon Visitor Guide. I reviewed all of the paragraph content that they've put in there, so that should all be up to date, which it was pretty outdated. And then Visit Hood River's doing the printing for the first time in several years of their new visitor guide.
What's the next one?
And that has quite a bit of Cascade Box content as well.
Oh, that's the Chambers version. Let's see. What is their deadline? You know, Janet?
They all have different deadlines. The Visit Hood River one's coming up. I think it's the end of October.
What about Travel Oregon?
Travel Oregon,
November 14th for the river.
that is,
Oh, state
Good materials,
preservation,
yeah.
October 15th.
yeah, so once you decide what goes in there, then we get to get it designed and sent in, but. Or if you decide to do that, they give you a little bit of time to do the ad work.
Yes, I feel like I don't know enough about these publications to know like who is looking at them. Is it like? I mean, like, to me, I think Visit Hood River, I mean, I don't know, it's
I know,
like 20 minutes away, or people aren't really gonna, I don't know, but some of the other ones I don't have a good idea of like.
Could we get copies of these magazines?
I've
Would that be
seen
possible?
yeah, that was being in the hotel business, 1889 is in like every hotel.
Everyone.
They were in the rooms, put them in the rooms and everything, and a lot of people would read them like waiting to check in or.
Okay, stuff like
The
that.
only thing that they've done recently is I don't think, oh, so you're finding them in the rooms, actually? They're
Yeah, I used to put
distributing?
them in the room.
They stopped doing
When I
that.
worked at the River Hotel.
Yeah, it was just, in bookstores actually for a while.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's a great magazine. They've done a lot of good for Cascade Locks, and they did a special on sailing in
Yeah.
years past in Cascade Locks, which was a beautiful section, you know?
okay.
Yeah. I'm like Heather, I'm not knowing
Yeah,
the.
I mean, I feel like I
the
see
span.
some of them like in the
This-
grocery store
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly, as far as
and
the,
I think the Hood River version of this is a brochure, not a magazine.
yeah, I'm sure that's what good.
Yeah, it looks like
It's
it's
a
a
huge fold-out brochure.
And since 1889, like they do it quarterly, so would we have to pay for
It's got the
every
prices in there.
quarterly
It's got the prices.
issue they put out, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it's perfect bound and with that many copies, it's ambiguous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rightfully
You
so.
can choose if you want it just once, 3 times, or 6 times.
Exactly.
So,
That's basically contracting a price. The more the merrier. Yes.
So 6 per year.
I think this
Have
is
you
a lot to dig through.
What a
It's
magazine.
a lot, yeah.
yeah,
Maybe we should get copies of all of these.
or I wonder, it wouldn't hurt to maybe us to take our time to look at these offline and then come back to the next meeting with opinions.
Yes.
Cause yeah, I.
Yeah, I'd like to do some independent research on it.
Yeah, this is a lot, yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so knowing we might miss the one deadline, I guess, for Visit Hood River, but it doesn't sound like that's a priority one anyways, so. Looks like. I would just like a little for sure. Does someone want to make a motion to table this for the next meeting?
Sarah, you're the big table.
I'm that table or you.
I love it.
Come on, table it.
I make a motion, we table these choices until the next meeting, get more information, copies, etc. We could probably talk to a rep if we wanted to.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We will table that until the next meeting, and in the meantime,
Busy meeting.
yeah, we'll take our time individually to review that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, hopefully we'll all have reviewed everything and then the discussion.
Can you get a copy of 1859 over there? I mean, you saw it at Best Western.
Some good
So
stuff.
they have that as question, yeah.
I haven't seen.
They
it.
get dropped off at City Hall every quarter. We have all of your old copies down at the museum for you.
Okay. So
Okay.
thank you. All right, so next item, Hidden Disability Sunflower Project Training Opportunity.
Yeah, so this is a free training opportunity that's being offered to small businesses in the region. The RDMO, the Regional Destination Management Organization, Experience Mount Hood and the Gorge paid for like a corporate level membership. And so what they're doing is they're just parsing out small business training opportunities. So these are this is an accessibility program for people with hidden disabilities. So the Sunflower Project, they give out lanyards to people who have invisible disabilities, and the training is for visitor facing staff to be able to accommodate those people when they see those sunflower lanyards. So this is something that we just forwarded out the link to the local businesses that you see on the list here. And let them all know that this was a free thing that was available, and it would be available to you all as well.
Cool. All right, next agenda item, upcoming events. I guess all.
DGO is having a concert
Yeah.
on 18th.
Everyone better be there. What else? Kids are free. If you're a SNAP recipient, the tickets are $5. It'll be a lot of fun,
Nice.
so. I highly encourage people to go because I think having good attendance at stuff like that helps us be more likely to have,
Come back.
like, people come back
Yeah.
and do it again,
Yeah,
so.
I agree.
So that's coming up the 18th, I did share it on social
Do
media.
you, oh, you shared it on social media, you don't have anything posted?
I've started putting posters around slowly, but, I have a list of businesses that I'll take some
Right.
to, and then I'll go over to Stevenson to probably take some over there.
I'd like to have one to put at the Ethos.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great,
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know how I can get, I could get you a big one, or if you want.
Yeah, even a couple. We've got 2 community boards in there. I bartend there 2 days a week, so. Yeah, they're always into
Yeah,
wanting to know what's going on over here. So,
okay,
yeah,
all right, next, FCLHM updates and report.
That's me. I just have a short verbal report for you tonight. The Wheel the World implementation. So we talked about this at a little bit at previous meetings. So Wheel the World is an international travel site for disabled travelers. Travel Oregon did a big investment in making Oregon the first overall registered accessible state to travel to. And as a part of that, they sent mappers out to all of the different destinations to do some assessments on accessibility in the little communities around Oregon. Cascade Blocks is on the list of verified destinations for that under that new program, and that is their big fall push. So we are covered there. And they just did the delivery meeting for that this morning. So I just got a whole water hose of information of how to go in and manage different parts of the site and how to provide information and updates as things grow and change and become more accessible. So far this year, we have served over 3,000 visitors at the visitor center this summer. It's been busy. September is actually busier than June so far, which is great. And I got to talk to a couple of the other DMOs in the region. So I talked to Explore Troutdale and Visit Hood River and the Mount Hood region, and they're showing that as well, and that's a trend that's happening year over year. The AI data, the organizations that pay for that is they're finding that is a growing trend for older and child-free travelers is to travel in September and October.
after schools, yeah.
Yep. The museum has our annual fundraiser this Saturday, October 4th. We're partnering with the elementary school PTO this year to offer a casino cruise. So aboard the Sternwheeler, we're combining the magical history tour with casino night to do Riverboat Casino. It should be pretty fun. We've sold about 70 tickets so far, which is great. And we're offering Monte Carlo style gaming, and it comes with your food and non-alcoholic beverages, and should be a lot of fun. Other little things that happened over the summer that you may not have heard from me directly about, there was a movie that got filmed in Cascade Blocks. The new horror film Slash Squatch is have wrapped up all of their outdoor filming. So that was fun to get to help facilitate getting them the permits that they needed to be able to film here, and I can't wait to watch the movie.
Anybody we know,
It's a local production company.
Okay. Not like Get Gone.
Not quite that local of a, I don't know, the filmmaker's based out of Boring.
Oh,
but they
okay,
were
that's
filming
pretty local.
We also got to meet with the Columbia Gorge Ice Rink group. There is a community group that's looking for somewhere to put an ice rink. And I tried real hard to get them to come to Cascade Blocks because I think we need an ice rink. They didn't really agree with me.
I wonder about it. That would be great.
It would be so great. It was good to get involved with them and to get on their radar. So if it doesn't work out where they think they want to go, maybe they'll come back to us.
Where do they wanna go, Big River?
They want someone who's going to donate land to them, so they want to go to wherever they can get some free
It's some
land.
free land.
The other thing that other communities in the gorge have that we don't is that once they're done building it, they want to be able to give it to a Parks and Rec department, and we don't have one of those. So that was another big like ongoing operational concern with placing it here. But we're friends now, so we can definitely keep the conversation open. And as I already mentioned, I did those content reviews for Visit Hood River and Travel Oregon. And I am in fundraiser mode this week, but after that, I would love to invite you all to come meet with me one-on-one. We can get to know each other a little better and, yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, last but not least, committee member reports. Heather Weaver, I don't have anything to report. Just encourage you all to come to the concert. Sarah Patrick.
Yeah, let's see, I just thought maybe, I was working at the bridge and all of these natives were going across the river and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And the port was having a big thing down there with the food and tribal food and I was just like, I never heard anything about it and I think, and they did have, at the pavilion. And I had a lot of people go through and I was like, I never heard anything about that, and I told it to Kim too, cause she catered it. And I said, and people were posting it from my family and stuff, and I said, that would have been cool if, you know, and a lot of locals even chimed in and said, why didn't we know about it? Cause they had vendors down there and we could have helped them out, and I thought that maybe an open communication with the port would be pretty good. If they're, while they're throwing those events, if they're bringing vendors in, that maybe if we could help bring in more people, I think, you know, I thought that would be.
Do you know who put it on? Was it the same as the festival?
No, it was a separate event. It was like a few weeks ago, I think.
But Kim would probably know who to contact.
Yeah, and there was a lot,
They catered.
there was Native Americans from all over. I mean, they were from the Dakotas and Arizona.
Oh my
and-
goodness.
Yeah, cause they were going through and someone told them, you know, they could use their tribal ID and I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, we only do the 4 affiliated tribes, but there was a lot of tribal IDs that went through there that I thought. So I just thought maybe when the port's having events that might be like vendors or something like that, if we could maybe communicate with Janetta and we could spin off to that too.
Still
somehow.
more
Tourism.
information.
Yeah,
I work in the park. I didn't see it happen.
yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. So that was. I don't even really know the name of it. I guess I could ask Kim. You know.
Yes,
Yeah, because I was working on like, and Parker said, I don't one thing I said, well, good grief, we need to open up. some lines of communication here."
Yeah, social media.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think maybe if the port's having events like that, maybe we could reach out to Jeanette every once in a while, you know, and maybe we could help promote something for that. I don't know. I just thought it was a big miss for the community, I thought.
Yeah, I wonder, was it on that calendar, the new calendar that's going?
No,
Okay,
no,
I
because-
just remember seeing it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Laurel and James would have reached out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
but, yeah. So I just thought that would be cool, but other than that, I got nothing.
The previous event, you know, for the tribes, was that 4 tribes? The bigger event that happened prior to that?
the festival nations last
That's
year.
Nations is
Did you know that was coming?
no, that's not coming.
Oh,
I heard that, someone had set a date for October, but then Janetta said, nobody has reached out, so. And if anybody's gonna do it, they need to do it
They used to be
very
quite
well in
an event.
advance, yeah. Yeah, it needs to be well in advance, cause we hustled that together in 4 months, and that was a hustle. It was a hustle, so. If we plan to do something like that again, it's gotta be at least a year.
Yeah,
But, you know, we were actually turning down vendors that were later, but it was a real busy project, but I think it'd be cool to do something like that,
Yeah, for sure.
you know. But that's about all I got.
Okay. Nate,
Yeah, I don't have anything this week other
where's Nate's face?
you
than we
cut
can
out.
now we could afford to lose one person without losing a quorum. So grateful for your presence here.
Yeah. Agreed. All right, Miranda.
I just wanted to say I know we haven't met since PCT days, but that was super fun. And I feel like we did a great job and everybody really liked our swag. So kudos to all of us. And our colorblind glasses were used, which was super awesome. So yay, that's all I had.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was great. Norm?
I'm burned out. I've been on 3 deadlines myself, but I think I'll pass.
All right.
It's a lot to take in, to think fascinating.
Okay, Sally.
Got nothing except thank you. I'm glad I'm here. This is gonna be good. I mean, it's kind of interesting from the last time I was on tourism because everything was very
Boom, boom.
dialed in.
Yeah.
And they knew what they were doing and they were just boom, yeah, everything just happened. And then, my husband had open heart surgery and I had to step away but now that I'm fairly retired, and he's well and so, but it's just like starting fresh and all these questions, yeah. So, thank you very much. Thanks for having me and this will be fun.
Right, Heidi. I don't have anything. I'm my first time doing anything like this, so I'm just learning, yeah. Well, welcome to the fun.
Yes, welcome, you guys.
Thank you. All right, so with that, we can close the
You
meeting.
need to set your next meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't mean that you can't have the meeting October 6th, but I personally am out of town, so. I don't know if the 13th.
Who is secretary? Committee secretary.
You don't have a
Amber.
secretary.
Yeah, Amber takes notes.
Where's Amber? She's just,
She's not here today.
oh,
So I don't know if people would be open to the Monday, the 13th.
I will be at the Travel Ability Conference
Yeah,
that
that's,
Yeah.
Indigenous Day.
and City Council's meeting that day.
Can we not use the other room?
You can use the other room, I just,
Meeting?
yeah.
Okay. So, but if you guys wanna keep it the 6th, I won't be available, so, which is fine. Nate's the vice chair, so we'll be on the hook for,
you do.
so, up to you guys.
I'm fine either way. Personally, I don't mind waiting a week if we can have the whole group together.
Yeah,
But if you're not here, would Amber be here or,
Amber would be here if I'm not here.
okay. But maybe it's better to have whoever be here.
So the 13th, is that what we're saying?
I won't be available for the 13th. Just saying.
So that if we wanna keep it a Monday, then there's the 20th or the 27th as well.
I was gonna say, does it have to be a Monday?
doesn't, we've had trouble in the past, like
Yeah.
trying to switch the day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be, but,
It's kind of easy.
then we have to set on a poll to see if we
Yeah.
can go in.
Yeah,
So I'm open for any,
Any,
You tell me.
yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I'm good any day.
Are you're the other Mondays of the month, the 20th and 27th?
Believe so.
And that gives us a little more time.
Yeah, that's true.
Do
Next week would have been.
Yeah, next week would be nice, like,
Yeah.
That's true,
I
yeah.
have to attend city council on the 27th. That's when I'm supposed to do my quarterly report to them.
Okay,
So about the 20th. 20th,
I could do the 20th.
going once.
then I have, sorry, one more request.
Uh-oh.
Can we start it at 6:30? I just have a commitment from 5 to 6:30 that day.
So Monday, the 20th,
At 6:30.
6:30.
All right.
So do I need to make a,
Is that okay with people on the phone too?
we need
Yeah,
a
I'm good
motion?
that I'm good that day.
I can do the 20th. It'll just be Zoom again.
Okay, I may be soon,
We could do
but. Okay, so would
At
some,
6:30.
yeah, would someone like to make a motion that we have hold our next meeting October 20th at 6:30?
The first motion.
I'll make I'd like to make a motion that we have our next meeting at 6:30 PM on, oh, what day did I have it on? Monday, October 20th.
I second that.
Okay, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
I
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the pirates speak, yeah.
Okay, so with that, I'll close the meeting at 7:16 PM.
Thank you.
That was a quickie meeting.
so will we get emailed the packet?
Yes, so if you'd prefer a paper copy.